there is Nairobi County askaris, or the Kanjo as we call them. It was so much shocking to find that several people had been stabbed on the throat, several people had been stabbed on the back, some of the people had been killed. I did a practical assessment of the people who had been killed, got the evidence, professional evidence, from various quarters, and I did the story in the morning. If you watched around 6 a.m., one of the people whom I interviewed was Madam Susan. And we were looking at it in terms of which kind of society are we bringing in this country. Then Madam Susan told me something that lived with me today, that for any person who reacts in violence, most probably there is some kind of injustice that was performed previously against him. And so you realize that many of us, there's some sort of injustice that have been going on in our lives. Probably not because you're well placed. You don't need to hawk on the streets. You don't need to sell goods on the street. You maybe go to hypermarkets to buy your goods. But these people who are on the streets, I was wondering, what are we doing to help them? When I did that story, before I came here today, the State House reacted to that story, demanding to know, to get answers on such a situation. But it really shows me how such a small thing, like a 10-minute documentary, can change the life of very many people. Probably here you are like over 2 or around 100 or 100 to 150 people. Yes. And if one person can do such a small thing and change the life of maybe 200 workers in Ghana, how much can you do? If just a short interview, it was around 20 seconds that I did, that went on air, being able to work with Africans and whites at some point, but mainly I've worked with Africans. And one thing that I've realized with ourselves, we Africans, we're so much good at doing a lot of conferences, deliberating a lot, finding right solutions, right, putting them in papers, doing a lot of research, very extensive ones, but no implementation. I want to tell you that every Monday when you go to any of these government offices in town, you will find that these people are in meetings. Those meetings take like 1 to 2 hours, most of those meetings. And at some point, it's very difficult to get those officers to talk to you. They're deliberating. But how much of output come from those meetings? So from here, what I would encourage, come up with a strategy on how you are going to implement a part of the implementation of the act. You're very lucky right now, you have an act that clearly stipulates what you should do at what time, where you can come in. Now, those strategies, I want to just talk about walk the talk. After talking from here, I would want to be invited next time that we are going to help the Ngara people, we are going to help people, the police officers. Actually, I'm told that we have KDF officer here. And I'm also told that in his mind, they're killing themselves. Some, actually 2 cases have been reported. They may think that probably we don't know, but we have contacts. KDF officers killing themselves, that is a serious trauma. What can you do? How can you partner with these people? Can it be made mandatory that at least the councillors will be part of the KDF? Can it be made mandatory that before a KDF officer is deployed anywhere, they have to go through some kind of training or some kind of counseling? And even we journalists, I've covered the war in Somalia when I was somewhere else, not standing. And I want to tell you that and this can be confirmed by that officer who is here. At times, you will be sleeping down, lying down for the bullet not to hit you, but the bullets will be flying as low as this point. And it goes for hours. What happens to those journalists? They come back, given 2 weeks to rest, and then they're given more assignments. Finally, that is your profession. But what about your family? This person, when you go back to your family, you're very brutal. Actually, I was able to study much more on what kind of training police officers go through after I did that documentary. I realized that in their colleges in Kiganja, they're trained on how to be human. But when they come out and go to the field, they're trained on how to be objects. What are we doing? These people are our brothers. Actually, at some point, my own brother was a police officer. And he was very brutal, a very humble man. And probably I tend to think, even myself, I would be the same kind of a British person when I joined police force. So I'm just making a conclusion that from here, please do something. Come up with a strategy that will be implemented. Don't come up with extraordinary plans. Thank you.